So, here we have it. Game number 2 of this best of 3. It is currently 1-0 up for one of these two. All on the line for the other. MaNa spawning in the top position here. He has to win this game if he wants a spot in that 16-player monthly finals. To the left, though, his opponent, the Blue Zerg, winning game number 1 with a very powerful Hydra Zergling push across the map. It is Sacsri. I'm mainly interested to see what is going to come on down from MaNa. He's shown a lot of faith in Blinkstalker play. Although, and this map can actually be quite good for it. There's quite a bit of cliff area you can actually utilize to go for the blink up. So he may look to go there. Also, note this pylon on the low ground. So just as last game, it looks like he's going to be going for either a Forge first or a Nexus first. If he goes for a Nexus first, that is very bold. Comes and scouts down, doesn't see his opponent. Doesn't need to go all the way in because, of course, a lot of Zergling spread. Still coming on through. Looking for a bit more of a move. Forge is on its way. The risk of the cannon rush is nigh. The probe hasn't been seen. The Overlord scouted the wrong way. This Overlord is going to see the probe come up, though. Does Sacsri panic? What does Sacsri do? Okay, already sees the probe. Okay, no. He's already got a second drone. Sacsri is now fine. He'll see the probe. Try and plant the pylon. Okay, he sees the pylon. This should just trigger a couple more drones getting pulled. Especially when he sees the second pylon. He needs to pull more drones. There we go. More drones coming on through. MaNa. He's been trying to cannon rush repeatedly all throughout tonight. I hope for his sake he's able to make one work. Nice cannon position, actually. That's going to be really hard to pick off. Got a lot of surface area. Moving the probe in as well. Nearly loses the probe. Got to be a bit careful. A lot of lost mining time here. Probe goes down. Cannon rush defended beautifully by Sacsri. Cost 200 minerals. Oh no, another probe's coming. Seriously, another probe is going for this. Go on, probe. Go on, probe. That probe is so dead. That probe is really dead. Look at him go. He's fleeing for his life. Running from 1,000 clawing drones. He's never going to get away. Anyway, so 300 minerals expended there for MaNa. A lot of lost mining time though for Sacsri. But overall, delaying this natural base, Sacsri is in a nice position at the moment. Getting just a pair of Zerglings to start chipping away at these pylons. Doesn't really want this vision being granted indefinitely for his opponent. Otherwise, Assimilators starting for MaNa now. He's getting his gateway down. But all in all, MaNa has taken quite a bit hit by going for this. It's a big investment early on. Means your Nexus is a lot later, your gateways later, etc. So Sacsri is going to be quite happy with this. A few more shots come on through. Nothing too crazy going on yet. Third base already on its way as well, so really Sacsri just continuing on in terms of all of his production, continuing on building up and ramping his normal early game. Bear in mind, he's not playing as unorthodox as he did in the first game. He's not going for crazy risky strategies. He knows he's a game up and that he just has to win this, and so is just kind of toning it back, playing more standard, playing within his comfort zone. It'll be interesting to see how MaNa deals with this. Of course, these two gases are now up for MaNa. This is really important for him because with his Cyber Core finishing up, he's got a decent amount of gas in the bank. Should start the Mothership Core at some moment. Oh no, going straight for the Stargate. Okay, so he's getting that down for his build and the position he's in very early. But in terms of the overall game, because he invested a lot in trying to go for that cannon rush without it doing anything really other than losing mining time, this is obviously not as early as it would have been if it didn't come through. And oh, Sacsri's going to get such a good scout. He's going to see it before it's even finished. Sacsri just moving in at the perfect moment. Seeing this is such a shame for MaNa. It's even hidden in a really nice position. I don't know if Sacsri had seen that pylon before, but regardless, this is a good position to do it because usually you see Overlords come from either side as opposed to straight through the middle. But of course, this has now been seen. Phoenix is what you've got to go. if it's already been seen, there's not really any point trying to go for an Oracle, because your opponent will have ample time to get up spores, get in a good position to be safe, but the Phoenix will still be able to kill Overlords, so at least you get something out of it. Sacsri, of course, behind this, going up into 4 gases, so he's been gasless for quite a while. He's up to like 50, nearly 60 supply before he takes any gases, so really late there. Checking to see if there's more Phoenix coming on through, of which there are. No, still no Mothership. No, never mind. Mothership core is out. I take all of that back. Checking around, trying to take a little look at what these Phoenix are doing. Sacsri. In terms of the drone count, up to 49. He's still droning heavily. Up on those 4 gases, starting up Zergling speed. No sign of a lair yet. Gonna be interesting to see what he pumps his money into. Whether he just goes straight up into the lair and then into the hydrogen. This time going double evolution chamber, so this is different to the last game. Gonna be looking to get some of those upgrades. Note though, MaNa is also going straight into the Robo. That Robo actually comes down before any additional gate, so this is a super tech heavy, greedy style from MaNa. And this is to compensate for the fact that obviously he did, at quite a late point, actually get down any kind of tech. Now continuing on with these 3 gateways, should be seeing, going for the Robo Bay as well. Wow, okay. I was saying with this Warp Prism he was going to go for some sentry dropping, which he probably still will, but I thought he was going to commit more to it. But no, using this as a distraction to buy himself time to get the Robotics Bay. Maybe assuming Sacsri is going to be going into Hydras, but going for the 1-1 melee upgrades here. This is a cool strategy. I'm very much living in hope on this game. I really want MaNa to win it so we get the 3rd game. As always, as a caster, you always want it to go to the ace game. Sacsri isn't going to be too keen on letting that happen, however. Notice he's up at 6 queens. This is just for his mobile defense up against these Hydralisks. No Hydroden has been started yet. Just a lot of speedlings coming out onto the field. What does he have planned here? What has he seen? I don't think he's seen the Robotics Bay. No, he hasn't. So, doesn't really know about this. The Warp Prism is coming across. Going to scout this attempt at a fort. Did it scout it? Oh no, it didn't. That was so unfortunate for MaNa. So close. Either way though, coming in, going to try and harass into this 3rd, but already a lot of speedlings here. Going to go for a multi-prong Zealot attack. +1 is done for these Zealots, so he's going to trade very efficiently up against these Zerglings, especially backed against the wall, but there's just a lot of Lings in total. The Zealot drop in the main base is more scary. 6 Roaches already being produced, so this is very important. The Roach is going to deal with the Zealots a lot better than the Zerglings will. A couple of Roaches already popping on out. The Queen's coming up as well. The Queen's very effective at forcing away these Warp Prism, for dealing good damage up against the Zealots as well. Now comes the Scout. Sacsri coming on through. Sees the fact that, okay, Robotics facility, but he's seen the Warp Prism, so knows that. More importantly, now scouts the Robotics Bay. Knows this is coming. But bear in mind, we've already got the Spire. Nice little Mutalisk strategy going to be coming out here from Sacsri. Could actually be going Muta Corruptor. Would explain the 1-1 melee upgrades. Going to grab those Corruptors out first. This is really nice. You get the Corruptors first because you know there's already Phoenix on the field. The Corruptors deal with them. So you couldn't go straight Mutalisks because your opponent's already got Phoenix. And once you see someone with like 4 or 5 Phoenix, they don't need to make too many more to be very, very versatile up against quite a large Mutaflock. The Corruptors shut that out. And then your following units will be Roaches. Okay, there blows my argument. I was going to say, the follow-on units you make are all Mutalisks, and then you go for a Muta Corruptor style. But no, no you don't. Not if you're Sacsri. If you're Sacsri, you make Corruptors, and then you make Roaches. With 1-1 melee upgrades. My head hurts. This is going to be interesting, certainly. Now we're getting +1 missile attack. Sacsri, what are you planning here? The Corruptors are going to do very, very well up against these Phoenix. The poor Colossus. Where even is it? There's 2 out. These 2 Colossus are going to have such a bad time any moment now. Such a bad time. Of course, +1 air attack also now coming down, and an infestation pit. Sacsri, I'm confused. I'm trying to work out what Sacsri's doing right now. Okay. Droning up heavily. He's already got the Corruptors. The Corruptors deal with the Phoenix and also the Colossi. I don't know why he hasn't made Mutalisks. I'm going to be just flat up honest there. I was 100% sure, once I saw the Spire, that he was going to go Mute to Corruptor. But he's not. He's going to be going... But then what? He's getting the +1. He's... He can't even go Roach Hydra. My brain hurt. Unless he's going Swarm Hosts. He could be going Swarm Hosts. Yep, there we go. Okay. That makes more sense. That means that he needs to slowly now get away or get down these roaches in an efficient manner. Once, of course, he's got a couple of Swarm Hosts out. But this now makes much, much, much more sense. My brain is no longer hurting. Took me a while, but I've now worked out where he's going with it. So the Corruptors just instantly take down, or very, very quickly can take down the Colossi. Note also, because he sees a lot of roaches and these Corruptors, that the Colossus production has just stopped and it's switched into a mortal production. Nice little warping of Zealots actually down here towards the 4th base of Sacsri. A huge number of roaches streaming on down. We've also got a warp in up in the main base yet again. That Warp Prism still being diabolically effective, but not for much longer because, of course, there's Corruptors. The Corruptors can take that down. Quite a few workers have been killed, 15 so far. We've also got MaNa pushing over the top. First couple of Swarm Hosts coming on through, 10 of them. Little Blink Black. There's only 2 Colossi here, so not the largest amount of splash damage, but nor is there a huge number of Swarm Hosts. Good force fields are actually going to zone a lot of this out, but in come the Corruptors now. They're just going to be trying to focus down the Mothership Core initially, then straight onto, or they should be focusing down, the Colossus very, very fast. They're the big damage dealers, the AoE damage dealers. A couple of Phoenix trying to engage. They don't engage well, but they do soak up some of this Corruptor fire, meaning the Colossus can stay alive for a fraction longer. But now here comes the swell of those Locusts pushing on forward. A few more shots coming down onto that Colossus. MaNa starting to drop in supply very, very quickly. A lot more Lings parading on through here, and that's because there's no Colossus. With no Colossus, of course, you've just got to be very, very careful. Up against Lings. So careful that you can cough to death. Greater Spire also on its way now through. Looking to see where these two do decide to go. Couple more Stalkers wandering about. There's so many Speedlings. These two Immortals. Oh, if the Immortals are found, they're so dead. Oh no, the Colossus! A free Colossus! That is like the best type of Colossus if you're a Zerg player. The worst if you're a Protoss player. That rally point may have cost MaNa so much. The Speedlings are at 1-2. All the Immortals also getting taken down now. That was a massive loss for MaNa. I don't know if he can stabilize from this. He's down to 47 army supply. Sacsri's 100 supply ahead. The Stalkers are trying to counter-attack, and they will do some good damage, but there's just so many Lings. This 3rd base is dead. Even if MaNa is able to take down the 3rd and the 4th, I don't think it'll be enough. MaNa agrees. GG, and Sacsri takes it 2-0. Getting that free Colossus was absolutely massive for him. And just played a really funky style. It kept me on my toes. Sure, it kept MaNa on his toes too.